It is safe to say that most animals do not like to go to the vet. Anyone who owns birds, however, knows that there is a particular level of stress involved with taking a bird to a vet. Birds are very easily stressed, and sometimes this stress can be life-threatening, especially when a bird is already ill. There is virtually no information online on how to reduce stress when taking a bird to the vet, so I thought I'd make a video on it. I have also made an ebook and an easy downloadable action plan on this subject, more on that later. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. Without further ado, here are 10 tips on how to make your bird's next vet visit stress-free. Tip number 1. Use a bigger transport cage than you think. Commonly sold transport cages are much too small to actually transport birds. Anyone who's ever seen a wild bird accidentally flying into the house knows how much birds hate being enclosed. This instinct is present even in captive bred birds, and most regular transport cages are so tiny they already cause immense stress just by the confinement alone. I used a very small transport cage for years until I finally caught on that I could easily eliminate half the stress of the entire vet visit by simply using a bigger cage. If you pad the bottom with a piece of cloth and some paper towels on top of it, and if you only put in a single perch, even a bigger cage is perfectly safe for travel. Tip number 2. Get your bird used to the transport cage before you need it. The worst is if your bird associates the transport cage with danger and refuses to go into it. When I moved Leporello across countries, I got him used to his cage a couple of weeks before the day of moving, which was quite a ride. Maybe I'll make a video about that someday. But the same principle goes for short distances. You should associate the transport cage with treats, food, and all kinds of fun things for your bird, so that on the day of your vet visit, all you need to do is prepare the cage, open the door, and wait for your bird to get in. That way you also don't have to chase or grab him, which is terrifying for birds. I've explained why in a previous video, link in the description. If your bird is used to the cage, he will also feel safer while you're transporting him, which is essential. Tip number 3. Have an emergency plan in place. That means being able to transport your birds safely and without stressing them, knowing where to go, how to get an appointment, how to get there, which doctor to see, how to get back, and not least how to pay for the whole thing. I know that the logistics of all of this can be extremely overwhelming, so I've come up with a way to make this easier. If you want a full action plan with lots of information as well as an easy step-by-step checklist, I've made one available on our website leporellothegoldfinch.com. It's called No More Fear, and the link is in the description. If you start going through the steps today, you can be completely relaxed when your bird's next vet visit rolls around, and it will also give you peace of mind the rest of the time, because you know you will be prepared. Check it out! Tip number 4. Find a vet in advance before your bird is ill, and regularly check whether they are still active. Oh, I cannot stress this last point enough. Unfortunately, avian medicine is a rather rare specialization, so do know which vet you're going to before you need one. And even if you have one bookmarked, make sure you check periodically that they are still actively practicing. You don't want to end up in the situation that I was in last week. Leporello currently has an eye infection, and when I contacted the vets I had bookmarked 2 years ago when we moved here, it turned out that some of them had since closed up shop, and the rest didn't actually treat birds, even though they said so on their website. I finally managed to find a specialist, but it took me a week, and I was lucky that Leporello is so robust. So, be better than I was. Check every 6 months or so that your vet still has an open practice and is still accepting birds. Tip number 5. Try to get an appointment when the vet is not busy. Imagine you were very ill, and the waiting room at your doctor's was full of lions, tigers, and bears. I don't think you would be too happy. This is what happens from your bird's perspective when you take him to a waiting room full of cats and dogs. If you can manage at all, try to visit the vet during the week during normal work hours and take an afternoon off or a vacation day if you must. Some vet clinics may also be able to give you an appointment first thing in the morning, right when the practice opens, or you can call them and ask them if they are currently not busy and can slot you in. That's what I did this week, and it worked out really well. Now, you may not always be so lucky, but it's always a good idea to try. Tip number 6. Go sooner rather than later. This is especially important with birds. Being prey animals, they hide illnesses until they are very serious. And since birds have a fast metabolism, they generally deteriorate rapidly. I have been keeping birds for 25 years, and there hasn't been a single time when I went to the vet and thought, oh, I wish I had waited a little longer. But there have been plenty of times, including the present, when I wished I had gone earlier. Many issues with birds are easy to treat if they are caught early, but incredibly difficult if they aren't. So, if your bird has a problem, please do not wait. Find a vet and at least book the appointment today. Tip number 7. Travel by taxi or have someone drive you. The best way to transport your bird is on the back seat of a car with you right next to them. Now, taxis can be expensive, so you should make sure you have a small medical emergency fund for your bird, which also covers travel costs. More tips on that in the ebook I mentioned. Alternatively, get a friend or family member to drive you. If your bird is ill, you really don't want to subject him to the noise, stress and delays of public transport. Just get a taxi. It's well worth it. Tip number 8. Figure out if your bird prefers the cage to be completely covered or whether he likes to peek out. As a rule, transport cages should always be covered by a piece of cloth, but to what extent is a personal preference depending on your bird, so you will have to figure this out by trial and error. Leporello generally likes a covered cage with only a tiny window uncovered, so that he can look outside when he is curious. He actually caught a glimpse of the Eiffel Tower the other day, which was fun. Please note that if you're driving through a tunnel, it's a good idea to cover the cage completely, because most birds absolutely lose their minds when they see flashing lights, such as the lights in tunnels or even just an ambulance or a police car. This is another reason why you should be sitting in the back seat with your bird's cage. You can cover the cage and then uncover a tiny corner again when the flashing lights are gone. Tip number 9. Play sounds that your bird likes from your phone. I don't know why, but Leporello really likes one particular Goldfinch song video on YouTube. He's indifferent to most of them, but that one really gets his attention and he's almost hypnotized. So whenever I have to do something tricky with him and need him to sit still, like when I'm trimming his nails or administering eye drops, like at the moment, I play that video in the background. The same goes for vet visits. As soon as Leporello hears that particular song, he immediately calms down, which helps a lot. So find a video that your bird likes and associates with good things, and play that at a very soft volume while you're transporting him or waiting at the vet. And final tip number 10. Don't be afraid. I know, easier said than done. I myself am a complete mess whenever I have to take Leporello to the vet, but I try not to let him notice it. Be as calm as possible and talk to your bird in a reassuring voice. Birds are sensitive creatures and they will understand your calming manner. If you want more tips on calming your bird, I have a couple of videos on that subject, links in the description. Alright, that wraps up our 10 tips on how to make your next bird vet visit stress-free. Again, if you want a step-by-step action plan that helps you prepare for this scenario, visit leporellothegoldfinch.com and download the No More Fear ebook. It has all the information in this video, plus a lot more. It also includes an easy-to-complete checklist covering literally everything from preparing the vet visit, getting through it without losing your mind, and even finding ways of paying for it. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.